sponsoring that too.
Yeah. All right, race fans, welcome to the VLR's coverage of the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout. I'm Tommy Rowe, along with beside me in the booth will be Davis Richards. Manning the cams tonight will be Howard Weaver, and we want to thank you all race fans for tuning in here to a special edition here at the Knoxville Shootout, sponsored by Wicked Cushion. Wicked Cushion, one of the premier sponsor for tonight's Knoxville Shootout. Great racing apparel that a portion of each purchase goes towards a Wicked Cushion sponsored driver. Wicked Cushion will be sponsoring Darren Pittman's car this year from Casey Kane Racing at the Knoxville Nationals. Also want to give a big shout out to our other sponsors here tonight for the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout. Will be Santan Ford. Santan Ford will be sponsoring our Fast Lap Award car dealership in Gilbert, Arizona, focused on a great service and treating customers with respect. Big shout out to Santan Ford out there in Gilbert, Arizona. Also want to give a shout out to the Kenny Wallace Racing Experience. The winner of tonight's race will receive a free ride courtesy of the Kenny Wallace Driving Experience. Also 22 Below, incredible made insulated koozies for the racetrack. Other sponsors we want to thank tonight for coming along board for the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout include Black Diamond Motorsports, great iRacing team. Down Under Graphics. Down Under Graphics will be sponsoring tonight's Hard Charger and Best Painter. Also, Corey Wenzel. Corey Wenzel will be sponsoring the Hard Luck Award. I want to thank all these sponsors for tuning in and pitching in and helping make tonight an awesome night of racing. I believe we're in qualifying. And once again, I'm Tommy Rowe alongside Davis Richards in the booth. Davis, how you doing, man?
Hey Tommy, I'm doing pretty well. I'm pretty surprised that the Team VLR let me back in the booth, but hey, here we are. We're going to see some awesome night of racing here as qualifying is already underway with Blake Durflinger. Was sitting on top with a 16.152, but Dylan Hauser just took that top spot with a 136. As these drivers, they're within hundredths of each other. This is going to be a close night of racing. We're going to see some beating and banging, and we're going to see a lot of slide jobs here tonight at Knoxville.
60 drivers competing for over $1,600 in prizes and awards, courtesy of a lot of great sponsors here, including $500 to the winner, Davis. And right now, sitting on the pole at the moment, the two-car of Dylan Hauser, Blake Durflinger sitting second. We're going to run 8 heat races tonight. I believe there are 8 laps apiece. 8 heat races, 8 laps apiece. Top 2 from each heat race will transfer directly over to tonight's feature event. And then Austin Semmelman, number 18 car, currently on the pole right now. He'll take over the top spot with a 16.097. James Eden's in the 52 car, 16.129. Austin Semmelman first, James Eden second. That'll move Dylan Hauser back to third. And Davis, what are we expecting to see here at the Knoxville track tonight?
And it's going to be a lot of close action racing. I'm really interested to see how that cushion comes into play. I think the first start of the race, these drivers are going to utilize that low line. Until that low line starts to wear out, then they're just going to inch closer and closer to that wall. But you got to watch out, especially coming out of turn 2, because if you get too close and jump that cushion, you're going to hit hard into that outside wall, and it's going to make a miserable night for yourself and the drivers behind you.
Almost 41 drivers separated by less than 0.3 of a second, down to Matthew Henninger in the 43rd qualifying position right now. He is separated by 0.309 over your pole sitter. That is how tight this racing is and will be out throughout the night. Very tough field of drivers. I believe we have the best of the best right here in the world for the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout. Couldn't ask for a more stacked field of sprint car drivers than what we have right here. We have just over a minute and a half left in qualifying. Austin Semmelman still on the pole. James Eden second. A.J. Neben up to third with a 16.131. Dylan Hauser fourth, and Blake Durflinger currently sitting in the top 5 at the moment. We've had 54 drivers set to take a time. We still have 2 drivers that have not taken time yet, and Sean Wallenfelds Jr. and Tim Ryan in the 9 car. Tim Ryan, definitely a driver to keep your eye on here to take over that pole from Austin Semmelman in the 18 car.
He is, and it looks like Tim Ryan of that number 9 machine is going to make his first qualifying attempt here tonight as Lewis Hewitt takes the checkered flag. And we see right now watching Tim Ryan coming out of turn 4 to take that green flag.
All right, Tim Ryan, a very tough driver in the World of Outlaw Pro Sprint Car Series. He currently sets it second on the board right now with a 16.104. One more time around the racetrack. Actually, two more times around the racetrack for Tim Ryan. See if he can improve on that second place qualifying effort on lap number 1.
Just ran a 16.947 as he takes his final time around the backstretch. He's going to come into turn 3 and 4, heavy on that low line. Can he get the time to beat of a 16.097? He crosses the line, and he's going to get the pole here tonight.
No quick time here for the Wicked Knoxville Shootout. It'll be the number 9 car of Tim Ryan, and he will take tonight's pole award. Here for the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout, he will start P1 for heat race number 1, and I believe we're getting ready to set the grid right now. How about that time right there? Davis Richards, Tim Ryan in the 9 car.
He literally had 1 second left. I don't think he could have timed that any more perfectly, Tommy, as he takes the pole with a 16.065. You know he had to been on the edge of his seat for that lap, but you're right. We're getting ready for the heat number 1. You want to read them down the order?
All right, stacked field all ready for heat race number 1. Tim Ryan starting on the front row on the inside. The number 9 car into his outside, and the 8 car will be Cole Newhoffen. Starting on the second row on the inside, the 43 car will be Nathan Davis into his outside, and the 14 will be David Heilman. Starting on row number 3 on the inside, and the 024 will be Ryan Martin into his outside, and the 23 is Stephen Calavoda. On the 4th row by himself, and the 37 car will be Tyler Chalk. 38 car shows myself starting on the 4th row outside, but I'm here in the booth. 7 drivers set to take the grid for heat race number 1, 8 laps to distance. Top 2 transfer over directly to tonight's feature event. Davis, what do we expect to see in heat race number 1?
It's going to be really interesting to watch how these drivers take on this track, because this is going to be the first time we've seen them all together in a heat-like formation. So I expect these drivers to really utilize that low line, but I think by the time we get to the 3rd or so heat that those drivers are going to move up closer and closer to that top.
A lot of heavy hitters here in heat race number 1, including Tim Ryan's on the pole. Starting back there in the 5th place position, the 14 car, or 4th place position, David Heilman. He was your Jason Johnson Memorial Feature winner just a couple of weeks ago, hosted by Team VLR. Look for him in the 2nd row outside, see if he can't move up, make some noise. Also a bunch of other heavy hitters in here, including Cole Newhoffen. He led just over half of that Jason Johnson Memorial race before falling back late in the race. And drivers are getting set to pull out of the pits right now. We're going to go 2 times around the racetrack before we get set to go green.
We are, as that pace car is heading out, and these drivers are going to follow him 2 by 2. I'm really excited for this race here tonight. It's been my first time back in the booth with VLR since the Jason Memorial race. And, man, we got a lot of heavy hitters in these sprint car machines. Man, I just really don't know what to expect other than a great night of racing, Tommy.
It should be a lot of fun watching up here in the booth. A lot of very fast race car drivers. We're going to have 8 heat races here tonight. Top 2 transfer from the heat races over to tonight's feature event. Also, the heat winners will be involved in a dash for cash here later on tonight. After the DC and B mains respectively, each heat race winner will be involved in a $25 dash for cash, courtesy of the Black Diamond Motorsports. Black Diamond Motorsports, one of the up-and-coming race teams here on the iRacing circuit. We want to thank them for coming along here as well. Once again, you're watching the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout, streaming live on the Team VLR Facebook page. I want to give a shout-out to all you guys watching out there on the Facebook page as well as around the world. Hit the like button, hit the share button. We get set to go green flag racing. Tim Ryan, Cole Newhoffen on the front row, set to lead him to the green this time at turn number 4. Green flag is out. We are underway for the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout. Tim Ryan out to a big lead already.
They almost make it 3 wide, and there's contact in the back, and we've got one spinning up top. It looks like it was the only one involved. Got lucky right there, but now they get single filed out, and they chase down the leader, the number 9 machine of Tim Ryan.
Tough break for the 8 car of Cole Newhoffen. Turned around on the opening lap. David Heilman started 4th. He's up to 2nd. Nathan Davis started in the 3rd position. He's back to 6th. Ryan Martin up to 3rd. But David Heilman, your man on the bubble right now, sitting in the 2nd and final transfer spot for heat race number 1.
That 14 machine of David Holloman made it 3 wide as soon as that green flag dropped, and he took the momentum and he ran with it. And now he's sitting comfortably in that second place position. That'll be the last and final transfer spot, about 5/10 ahead of the number 024 of Ryan Martin.
And Cole Newhoffen 10 seconds back from the rest of the field right now. He's going to have a lot of ground to make up later on tonight in one of the D or C mains if he can get there. Single file racing throughout the field right now. Tim Bryan's got about a 4/10 of a second lead over David Heilman. Heilman's trying to close the gap quickly, but they're single file spread out right now throughout the field. Closest battle on the racetrack right now would have to be for third and fourth between Ryan Martin and Stephen Calavoda, who's in the fourth place spot.
They are, as Stephen Calavoda's trying to get on that low line, trying to utilize that momentum to get past Ryan Martin, but he's just not quite there. Looks like Tim Ryan and David Holloman are almost running the exact same laps, and they ran the exact same laps 2 laps ago, but I don't think David has enough to catch him as this race is winding down quick.
Coming down to the final 2 laps here for Tim Bryan in the 9 car. Your race leader, David Holloman, trying to close the gap. Don't know if he wants to try to make a move and gamble his spot tonight's feature event, or just hold on to second and make sure he transfers. But Tim Bryan in the 9 car is going to come around to take the white flag. One more time around the racetrack for Tim Bryan in the 9 car.
He's got about a 4/10 second of a lead over the number 14 machine of David Holloman. As he takes that checkered flag, he's going to be your Heat 1 winner, followed by David Holloman transferring out. Third, Ryan Martin. Fourth, Stephen Calavoda. I'm pretty sure I butchered that name there. Fifth, Nathan Davis, Tyler Chalk, and the upset of the night, Cole Newhoffen, finishing in the 7th position. So he is going to have a lot of ground to make up if he wants to make that A main tonight.
Tough way to start there for Cole Newhoffen, the 8 car from the outside of the front row to the very back of the field. He'll have a tough challenge ahead of him. He may be in contention for that Hard Luck Award sponsored by Corey Wenzel here later on tonight. But we're already into heat race number 2. Once again, 7 drivers set to take the grid for heat race number 2. Another bad, fast, stacked field here. And I'm going to go ahead and read down the grid right now. Starting on the front row in the 18 car on the inside, it'll be Austin Simmelman. To his outside in the 70 car, it'll be Chris Brenner. Starting on row number 2 on the inside, in the 40 will be Randall Carter, and to his outside in the 5 will be Eric Hoff. Starting on row number 3 on the inside, in the 156 will be Mike Moeller, and to his outside in the 39 will be Josh Phillips. Starting shotgun on the field in the 44 car will be Blake Cannon. Once again, 7 drivers here in heat race number 2. Top 2 transfer directly to tonight's feature event. Austin Simmelman, Chris Brenner. Set to lead them to the green as we have 2 pace laps.
Don't forget, too, the winner of that A main takes a whopping $500 home. Second place will take home $250, followed by third with $100, and it pays $20 to enter that A main. So there's cash and prizes to give away all night long. And man, if you don't think these drivers are going to bring their best A game for $500, then I don't know what you're thinking, because these drivers are going to put everything they have on the line.
Everything they have on the line, indeed. Not many places where you can go run a sim racing game for $500 to win $1,600 all put together in cash purse prizes. Once again, big shout out to all of our sponsors that chipped in and made tonight's race possible, including Wicked Cushion, our title sponsor. And you, the fans out there watching at home, Austin Simmelman, Chris Brenner, set to lead them back to the green this time at a turn number 4. Pace truck getting set to pull in. We get set to go green flag racing for heat number 2. Once again, 8 laps on the board. Top 2 transfer over to tonight's feature. We're green.
As Austin Simmelman gets up to a big jump right in front of Chris Brenner in the 70 machine and the 40 of Randall Carter. If you look at the 5 of Eric Hoff, he gets a run, can't quite fulfill that momentum as he falls in behind that 3rd place spot. Kind of makes a slip up, and that gives a chance for the 156. And the 156, there's contact in the back. The 156, the 5, and the 39 are all involved.
Tough break, 3 VLR drivers right there to get together. In the back right now, Randall Carter up to the 2nd place position. Chris Brenner back to 3rd. The battle is on for that 2nd and final transfer spot here at heat race number 2.
Randall Carter's got about a 2-car length advantage over the number 70 of Chris Brenner as they come across the line for lap number 4 as they're heading off into the turn. Randall Carter in that 40 machine looks like he has the advantage, but that 70 of Chris Brenner still has some time and can still make something happen here to get that final transfer spot.
Just over halfway home, Austin Simmelman about a half-second lead. Randall Carter trying to close the gap, but he's got a big mirror full of the 70 car of Chris Brenner. Brenner looking for a way around on the outside right now, trying to get around the 40 car of Randall Carter. Can't seem to quite make it do it just yet. Rest of the field pretty much spread out after that big crash. Blake Cannon started in 7th. He's up to 4th. He's put himself in a good position for later on tonight's B main. But Chris Brenner, Randall Carter still duking it out for that second and final transfer spot.
And these drivers are moving higher and higher on that track. You see them kind of diamond the corner. They go up and exit on the high line and use that cushion. Now look at Chris Brenner in that 70 machine. Goes back to the low line, but Randall Carter in the 40 gets the momentum on the high side as they're on lap number 7.
Chris Brenner's going to try to dive it down to the inside. We got 2 laps to go here in heat race number 2. Randall Carter still holding on to that second and final transfer spot. Brenner looking to the inside once again. Can't quite make the pass stick as they come around to the white flag. One more time around the racetrack for Austin Simmelman in the 18 car.
Chris Brenner looks low again. He's side by side with him. Just pull off that momentum on the exit. Almost makes contact with him coming out of turns 1 and 2. He's going to get one more chance on the bottom coming out of 3 and 4 as Austin Simmelman's going to take the checkered flag, and the 40 of Randall Carter is going to get that final transfer spot into the A main.
Heck of a battle between Randall Carter and Chris Brenner right there for the second and final transfer spot. Chris Brenner did all he can to get around the 40 car of Randall Carter, but he couldn't quite make the pass stick, and the 40 Dirt Machine Team VLR driver of Randall Carter will take home the second and final transfer spot for heat race number 2. And once again, Davis, just like that, we're into heat race number 3.
And this night is flying by, and we've already seen a bunch of close contact racing here tonight. Those drivers are moving closer and closer to that cushion, but Lewis Hewitt's going to lead the field out for heat number 3.
Lewis Hewitt in that number 3 TTL Esports machine. Starting right beside him in the 57 car will be Anthony Lopresto. Starting in row number 2 on the out inside, and the 005 will be Brandon Eiler. Into his outside, and the 21 car will be Zane Scott. Starting in row number 3 on the inside, and the 45 will be Brad Nichols. Into his outside, and the 89 car will be Devin Frazier. And starting shotgun on the field for heat race number 3 in the 422 will be Mike Roxbury. Once again, 7 drivers set to take the grid for heat race number 3. Top 2 transfer over to tonight's feature event. Davis, what do you think? What do you expect to see here in heat race number 3? Already seen some great racing from heat race number 1 and 2.
We've seen some early contact in the beginning of these heat races, and we've seen the leader been able to really utilize that restart and jump out to that advantage. I think we're going to see more of the same here tonight. Lewis Hewitt's going to have to be quick on the gas. If he can get that momentum down and he can get to that early lead advantage, he can sail home and get into the A main. But the battle to watch is going to be between that second and final transfer spot with Anthony Lopresto starting on the outside. Watch out for the 005 of Brandon Eiler and the 21 of Zane Scott. If they can get a clean restart off here, they might be able to make some noise and sneak into the A main.
All right, Lewis Hewitt, the Aussie in the 3 car, your front row on the inside, set to lead him back to the green. Anthony Lopresto on the outside in the 57, your outside pole sitter. Braden Eiler, Zane Scott on the second row. We get set to go green here. Pace truck getting set to pull in for heat race number 3. Once again, 8 laps. 7 drivers, top 2 transfer over to tonight's feature event. Pace truck getting set to pull in. Green flag is out. We are underway. Lewis Hewitt off to a good start, but Anthony Lopresto gets one just as good as Lewis Hewitt.
And that's what I was saying. Lewis Hewitt gets that start he needed, but Anthony Lopresto was able to maintain with him. But now we see Brandon Eiler, and that 005 gets right behind the 21 machine. Can he make up the momentum and get past him? But now the 21 of Zane Scott, he's got the momentum on Anthony Lopresto. He's going to have 7 laps to get past him here tonight.
Zane Scott moves up to the 3rd place position. Got a sight set on Anthony Lopresto in the 2nd place spot. Lewis Hewitt's got to love what he's seeing in his rearview mirror right now as the 2nd and 3rd place drivers go at it right now for the 2nd and final transfer spot.
And Lewis Hewitt, he's just maintaining. He's driving it nice and easy, still maintaining about a 6-car length advantage on the number 57 of Anthony Lopresto. Lepresto, but watch that 21 of Zane Scott. He's sitting back there biding his time. Watch for him to make his move. He's feeling out the track, feeling out which line is the best. This is the first time they're on the track since practice with other drivers, so the track has definitely changed a lot, especially with it being the third heat of tonight.
Zane Scott showing some excellent patience back there in that third place spot. First driver on the outside looking in for tonight's feature event. Scott's going to try to dive it back down on the inside. Still can't make the pass. Dick Lewis Hewitt out to just about a half-second lead over the 57 car of Anthony LaPresta, who's sitting in that second and final transfer spot. Braden Tyler back there in fourth, hoping to see these guys do some battling, see if he can't get his way there. Evan Frazier fifth, Brad Nichols sixth, and Mike Roxbury currently sitting at seventh spot. But the battle is on for that second and final transfer spot, still between Zane Scott and Anthony LaPresta.
When they cross the line, they're going to have 2 laps to go. They're not quite on the cushion just yet, as they're pretty much dominating the corners right now. They're about a quarter of a line lower than that cushion. They're going to move up and up as the night goes on, but watch that 21 of Zane Scott. He's going to have one more chance to get him as they come out of turn 4 for the white flag.
Coming around to take the white flag, Zane Scott's going to have one more chance at it here. One more lap to go for Anthony LaPresta to try to hold on to that second and final transfer spot. As they go down the back straightaway, we'll see if Scott will try to dive it in there or if he'll just maintain his position. Scott's going to try to dive it, can't make the pass. Dick can't get quite a good line. And Anthony LaPresta on that 57 car is going to take home the second and final transfer spot for heat race number 3.
And Lewis Hewitt's going to take the victory for heat number 3, and he's going to transfer to the A main as well. But you know that Anthony LaPresta and that 57 machine had to have been sweating bullets for as close as that was.
Excellent race right there between the second and third place drivers once again. Lewis Hewitt able to drive comfortably to the win. And we're already into heat race number 4. And once again, 7 drivers set to take the grid. Go ahead and read off the starting grid for heat race number 4. Starting on the front row in the 52 car will be James Edens, and to his outside in the 888 machine will be Corey Wenzel. Starting on the second row on the inside in the 421 will be Britton Roxbury, and to his outside in the 82 car will be Dylan Workman. Starting on the third row on the inside in the 35 car will be Nick Cooper, and to his outside in the 75 will be John Hine. And bringing up the rear all by himself in the 98 car will be Ryan Strunk. 7 drivers, top 2 transfer directly to tonight's feature event for the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout. Once again, 8 laps on the board. James Edens, Corey Wenzel. Corey Wenzel, the sponsor of tonight's Hard Luck Award in that 888 machine. Big shout out to him. He starts on the front row on the outside.
And don't forget as well, if you want a free Wicked Cushion t-shirt, make sure you tag 5 of your friends in the comments and get them to like the broadcast. And then Team VLR and Wicked Cushion will be in touch with you soon to get you that free t-shirt. But you're right, Corey Wenzel started in that second position, sponsoring the Hard Charger Award tonight. Was it the Hard Charger or Hard Luck?
I believe he is sponsoring the Hard Luck Award. I believe it's Down Under Graphics is sponsoring tonight's Hard Charger. In tonight's main event, and Corey Wenzel is sponsoring the Hard Luck Award. Once again, big thank you to those guys.
Well, Corey Wenzel is going to hope that he doesn't win that award here tonight, sitting in that second position on the outside of the 52 of James Eden.
Yeah, we've already seen that front row on the outside not pay any luck to Cole Newhoffen earlier in heat race number 1. We'll see if it does better for Corey Wenzel here in heat race number 4. Pace truck pulls in. James Edens in the 52 off to a great start as they're side by side for second.
James Eden gets the jumps he needed. Now look at the 421 of Britton Roxbury. Gets the jump he needs too. He's able to clear the number 888 of Corey Wenzel, but Corey Wenzel fights back on the bottom side as they're in the middle of turn 3 and 4.
Corey Wenzel's going to try to dive it down on the inside of the 421 of Britton Roxbury. Wenzel on the inside. Everybody else is on the outside right now. Wenzel trying to slide up into third. Can't quite make it stick. Contact all over the racetrack between the second, third, and fourth place drivers.
That 421 of Britton Roxbury is having a tough time keeping that machine under control. He was able to get a jump and slide into that second position, but now he's seen himself fall all the way back to the 4th spot as he tries to get the momentum to get past the number 3, the 3rd position of the 82 of Dylan Workman, but he's just not able to do as he keeps falling back through the field.
Workman back to the 3rd place position. Wenzel and Nick Cooper in the 35 battling for 4th. Meanwhile, the 52 car of James Edens driving away. Britton Roxbury in the 421, your second and final transfer spot here at heat race number 4 as the battle is on for 3rd behind them.
still battling it out right now. The 421 and Britton Roxbury is going to try to make a move for that first position for the 52 with James Eden's not going to be able to do this. James Eden's got about a 3-car length advantage over the second place, but now we see the best battle on the track right now is for that third position of Dylan Workman and the AAA of Corey Wenzel.
Big battle on the racetrack right now for that third place spot. That'll be towards the front for tonight's B-main. Definitely put yourself in a better position. Nick Cooper sitting back there in 5th. Corey Wenzel in 4th. Dylan Workman sitting in that third place spot. Nick Cooper's going to go to the outside to try to pass on both. Can't quite make the pass stick as Workman shuts the door.
He does, and they're still battling it out right now as they're going to come and take the white flag here once they come out of turn 3 and 4. Still the best battle on the track for that third position, but it looks like the 52 with James Eden, the 421 of Britton Roxbury are in their own zip code here tonight.
Coming around to take the checkered flag here for heat race number 4. James Eden's in the 52 car. Looks like he's going to take the win. 421 of Britton Roxbury. The battle is on for the third place spot at the line. It'll be the 82 car of Dylan Workman in 3rd.
Another awesome heat race we've seen right there for the heat race number 4 as we're going to get geared up here for the 5th heat race of the night.
Getting ready for heat race number 5. Also, race fans, don't forget to tag 5 of your friends if you want a shot at winning a free Wicked Cushion t-shirt tonight. Tag 5 of your friends who you may think will like tonight's broadcast. Have them like the page, like the share, and you may find yourself winning a free t-shirt courtesy of the Wicked Cushion here tonight. Wicked Cushion, our title sponsor here for tonight's Team VLR coverage of the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout. Also, don't forget, Wicked Cushion will be sponsoring the KCK driver number 9, Darren Pittman, for this year's Knoxville 410 Nationals, so big shout out to them. We're in heat race number 5, and once again, 7 drivers set to take the grid. Top 2 transfer directly to tonight's feature. Starting on the front row on the inside, the 17 car will be A.J. Neben, and to his outside in the 74 will be Adam Elby. Starting on the second row on the inside, the 6 car will be Cody Olson, and to his outside in the 99 will be Dylan Fox. Starting in row number 3 on the inside, in the 69 car will be Paul Before, and to his outside in the 10 car will be Kyle Miller. Bringing up the rear in the 461 car will be Cody McKnight. 7 drivers, 8 laps to distance. Top 2 transfer over to tonight's main event. Rest will have to run D, C, and B mains respectively. Davis, what have you thought about the racing so far, and what do you think we'll see here in heat race number 5?
And we've seen a lot of awesome racing so far. It's been a lot of heavy contact between these drivers. I'm just waiting for this track to get slicker and slicker and see how these guys adjust with their setups here tonight. But also want to thank as well, want to thank Jeff at iRacing iFlag. Go check him out to get your own iFlag. And also, along with winning $500, the winner will also get a Kenny Wallace dirt racing experience, get to drive their own dirt racing car if they win here tonight.
Huge shout out to those guys at the iFlag, Jeff from iFlag and the Kenny Wallace driving experiences. We're green flag racing here in heat race number 5. AJ Niven in the 17 car is going to jump out to a big lead. Adam Elby in the 74 is going to settle down to the 2nd position. He's got a big rear view mirror full of the 99 of Dylan Fox.
Dylan Fox is charging hard as you see the 6 of Cody Olson going to try to get underneath them as they come and take that first lap across the line. That battle for 3rd is really heating up, but now we got about to have a battle for the lead with the 74 of Adam Elby and the 17 of AJ Neben.
Riding on board right now, battle is on between Adam Elby and AJ Neben for the race lead. Dylan Fox back there in 3rd. Neben looks like he's going to pull away just a little bit of the 74 car of Adam Elby as they're single file racing right now 1 through 5.
That leader still has that advantage, but now we still have that battle for 3rd with the 6 of Cody Olson and the 99 of Dylan Fox. If they can get it straightened out and get that momentum, they might have a chance at that transfer spot that the 74 of Adam Elby holds right now.
Adam Elby settling right behind your race leader AJ Niven. Currently right now, lap times pretty similar, 1 through 4. Your race leader running a 17.068, all the way back to the 4th place driver who just ran a 17.099. So very close times between drivers 1 through 4. Just shows you how hard it is to pass right here with these drivers running very similar times.
They have, and the lap times have really slowed down since the hot lap of qualifying, almost a full second. But if these drivers, if the Adam LB and the 17 of AJ Neben get side by side and start battling each other, that'll give a chance for the 6 of Cody Olsen and the 99 of Dylan Fox to catch up to him, as we might see that right here with the 74 of Adam LB going high. Then he goes low in through the corner.
2 laps to go. The battle is on for the race lead. AJ Neben got it. Adam Elby in the 74 car wants it as they come around to take the white flag. They're going to have one more time around the racetrack. Adam Elby in the 74 car's got one more lap to try to get around AJ Neben in the 17 car. Dylan Fox back there hoping that these drivers will make some contact so he can get up there in that second and final transfer spot. But they're going to go into turn number 3 and 4. Elby's going to try to dive it in there one more time. Neben's going to slam the door, and AJ Neben in the 17 car is going to take home heat race number 5.
Followed by the 74 of Adam LB in second, and then Cody Olsen in third, and Dylan Fox in fourth. And a little bit of contact at the end there. That wasn't very nice. But what I'm seeing out here tonight is, man, you want to start in that first position, because when you get that first position, you're able to get a jump on that restart and just absolutely check out. Now, the second place drivers have been able to keep them in tame with each other, but it's going to be interesting to see once we get to that A main to see how that first place drivers and the guys behind them can catch up to it once this track really slickens out.
Once again, these drivers competing for over $1,600 in cash and prizes, including $500 to win tonight's feature event. We're in heat race number 6. As we're set to take the grid. 7 drivers set to take the grid for heat race number 6. Go ahead and read off the grid. Dylan Hauser starting on the front row on the inside, the 2 car to his outside, and the 13 will be Austin Carr. Starting on the second row on the inside, and the 41 will be Chase Cabray, and to his outside, and the 53 car will be Bill Ahrens. Starting in row number 3, and the 127 car will be Stephen Hill, and to his outside, and the 97 car, the title sponsor himself tonight for Wicked Cushion, will be Matthew Henninger. And starting out of position number 7 in the 54 car will be Devin Johnson. Once again, 7 drivers set to take the grid. Top 2 transfer over. So we get set to go green flag racing here in just a moment.
And we've got the 53 of Bill Ahrens here in the booth with us. Hey, Bill, how's it going?
Hey, all right, guys.
Well, we don't want to interrupt you too much as you're about to take that green flag, but what are you expecting out here tonight?
Well, it's a pretty rough crowd up front. I think there's going to be a big wreck. I'm going to try to avoid it.
Well, let's see if you can avoid that wreck, you call it. If there is a wreck, we're going to say the curse is on you and that you caused the wreck. But, hey, good luck out there, and we'll let you get back there in the channel before you take the green flag.
All right, 10-4.
All right, pace truck getting ready to pull in. That was Bruno Sammartino, Bill Ahrens himself, as we're green flag racing. The 2 car of Dylan Hauser off to a good lead, but he's got a big rear view mirror full of the 13 of Austin Carr.
And watching that 53 of Bill Ahrens right there, he didn't get that wreck he was hoping for as he sits in that 4th position, but can he make the ground up, and can he get the 41 of Chase Cabray? But we've got Dylan Hauser in the lead, followed by the number 13 machine of Austin Carr, and Austin Carr is going to go for the run on the 2 of Dylan Hauser.
Austin Carr all over the rear bumper of the 2 car of Dylan Hauser, but here comes the 41 of Chase Cabray. He's trying to make it a 3-car dance for the race lead.
And that 53 machine is loving what he's seeing. He's hoping for that wreck right now as he sits back and watches him go at it, trying to keep his car clean and see if he can have a chance here at the end of this heat.
Oh, Bill Ahrens in the 53 cars licking his chops as Chase Cabray and Austin Carr go at it for the second and final transfer spot. Meanwhile, Dylan Hauser in the 2 car just trying to hold his line, maintain the race lead, get into tonight's show, as we got a big battle brewing up for that second and final transfer spot between Chase Cabray and Austin Carr.
Watch that 41 machine of Chase Cabray. We know he's fast. We know he has the experience and he has what it takes. But when's he going to make his move on that 13 of Austin Carr? Is he going to sit back and make it on the last lap? Or is he just going to see if the number 13 machine of Austin Carr makes a mistake and then pounce on him?
Drivers running a little higher on the racetrack than they have been all night, pretty much. High lines coming into play. Chase Cabray's got 3 more times around the racetrack as they get the 2 to go signal, this time coming to the flag stand.
So would you say that cushion's getting pretty wicked?
Wicked indeed, Davis. Wicked indeed. As they have two laps to go this time. Chase and the 41 car going to try to go to the outside this time, trying to look for a way around the 13 of Austin car. Can't quite make it stick on the outside. Car shuts the door. As the 2 car of Dylan Hauser is going to come around to take the white flag. One more time around the racetrack for Dylan Hauser in the 2 car.
Looked like that 13 of Austin car hurt us as he kind of jumped the cushion right here, but watch that 41 of Chase Cabray. He's going to have one more chance to make his move as they head down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. The 41, he sets it up, goes to the bottom, can't quite get the momentum to stick, and he's going to finish in 3rd. In 2nd place, Austin car, and the winner of heat number 6 is going to be the number 2 machine of Dylan Hauser.
Once again, a great battle for that 2nd and final transfer spot. Chase Cabray, the 41, threw it down there, couldn't quite make it stick, as Austin Carr holds him off by just over a 1/10 of a second. Dylan Hauser in the 2 car will take the win for heat race number 6. Bill Aarons, Bruno Sammartino himself will come home 4th. Stephen Hill, Matthew Henniger, and Devin Johnson will round out the rest of the field.
Well, look what we have starting here in the 1st position for heat number 7. Our own Blake Durflinger. Gonna have to see if he can make some noise. We've seen a lot of speed in the Jason Memorial, but can he capitalize on that and come out of here with a win and transfer to that A main tonight?
Go ahead and read off the starting grid for heat race number 7. Once again, 7 drivers in the field for heat race number 7. Starting on the front row in that Team VLR machine number 34 will be Blake Durflinger. To his outside, in the 121 will be Brody Willem, and on the 2nd row on the inside, in the 36 car will be Justin Thomas. Starting on the 2nd row on the outside, in the 15 car will be Michael Sheridan. To his outside, in the 7 car will be Shane Kelly. Starting at row number 3 on the inside, in the 58 car will be Kevin Griffey, and to his and bringing up the rear all by himself in the 222 will be Eric Fargo. 7 drivers, once again, heat race number 7. 8 laps on the board. Top 2 transfer over to tonight's feature event. Blake Durflinger, Brody Willem, set to lead him back to the green next time out of turn number 4.
Don't forget, if you want a free Wicked Cushion t-shirt, make sure to tag 5 of your friends and get them to like the broadcast. And Team VLR and Wicked Cushion, they'll make sure you get that t-shirt. So free way to make a t-shirt, sport some cool apparel around your friends, and get some more viewers to tune in and watch this great racing we have here tonight.
Big shout out to the Wicked Cushion for coming on board and sponsoring tonight's event. For the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout, don't forget, Wicked Cushion will be sponsoring a World of Outlaw driver for the Knoxville Nationals and the Darren Pittman driving for Casey Kane Racing. Don't forget to check them out here at the Knoxville Nationals this year. Green flag is out. We are underway. Blake Durflinger with a good lead, but here comes the 36 of Justin Thomas on the inside.
Justin Thomas can't quite make it stick as they head down the back stretch into turn 3 and 4. Blake Durflinger still has the momentum. Look at that 15 of Michael Sheridan, makes contact with the other drivers, and he heads up into the wall. Takes 2, 3, almost 4 drivers out.
Big contact between the 15 car of Michael Sheridan, and not quite sure who else he was involved in that. We got Kevin Griffey in the pits as well. Tough break for those drivers, but battle for the race lead is on. Justin Thomas on the inside of Blake Durflinger for the race lead.
Check that out. But now we're on board with the number 36 machine of Justin Thomas as he hunts down that 34 of Blake Durflinger. Can he make it work? You see him utilize that cushion on that high side as they come across the line for lap number 4. Gonna have 5 laps to go. As he makes his move on the bottom, pulls the slide job on him. Can't quite make it stick. And the 34 of Blake Durflinger battles back on the bottom.
Durflinger, the 34, is going to throw a slide job of himself over the 36 car of Justin Thomas, who took the race lead momentarily. But Blake Durflinger back to the race lead. Thomas back to 2nd. Brody Willem in the 121 back there in the 3rd place spot. Hoping these drivers will make some contact as they're battling hard for the race lead.
Cue up the Dale Jr. slide job key as they're slide jobbing it all over this track. The 34 of Blake Durflinger still holding the lead over the 36 of Justin Thomas, but Justin Thomas fights back on the bottom. Can't quite make it stick and try to get on that high side. Get the moment. It looked like the Blake Durflinger jumped the cushion a bit and got out of his rhythm as the 36 does another slide job. Can't make it stick again.
This has been the heat race for slide jobs so far. 34 car Blake Durflinger back to the race lead with a slide job as his own. So we have 2 laps to go. Thomas back on the inside, coming around to turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get the white flag this time. White flag is in the air one more time around the racetrack for Blake Durflinger in the 34. Justin Thomas all over his bumper, trying to take the race win from him.
That 36 of Justin Thomas is setting them up for that last corner slide job as they head down the backstretch. Can the 36 do it? The 34, Blake Derflinger, blocks it. He knew what he was going to do, held that low line so he couldn't get down there, and Blake Derflinger is going to win heat number 7, followed by the 36 of Justin Thomas.
Excellent battle for the race lead right there throughout the race. Probably one of the best heat races we've seen so far as the race lead goes. What a race between Blake Derflinger and Justin Thomas in the 36 car.
Shout out to Derflinger on that last winner, though. He knew that he was going to try to make that slide job, but instead stole that line on the bottom line and made sure that he couldn't make that slide job stick to get that last corner pass.
All right, Davis, maybe the 8th time's the charms. We come up to the 8th and final heat race here for the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout. Once again, 7 drivers set to take the grid for heat race number 8. And starting on the front row on the inside in the 00 machine will be Timothy Smith. Starting on the front row on the outside in the 16 car will be Zachary Metzner. On the second row on the inside in the 22 will be Jason Nygaard. Starting on row number 2 on the outside in the 07 car will be Corey Zatinsky. Hope I didn't mess that up too bad. Starting on row number 3 on the inside, the 19 car will be Garrett Nieberger. Starting on row number 3 on the outside, in the 56 car will be Brandon Steele, and bringing up the rear shotgun on the field, in the 59 will be Sean Wallenfels Jr. 7 drivers, 8 laps on the board. Top 2 transfer to tonight's feature event. Zachary Metzner in that 16 Cheetos machine, bright orange. Starting on the front row on the outside, Timothy Smith in that Wicked Cushion 00, your pole sitter for heat race number 8. Once again, Wicked Cushion, our title sponsor tonight. Timothy Smith representing him on the race car, starting on the front row on the inside.
And watch for that driver in that 19 machine sitting in the 5th position, Garrett Nieberger. He's going to be stuck back there, but can he avoid the contact that we've seen on the initial restart? Can he make some momentum and get to that transfer spot, or is he going to have to battle it through the DC and B main here tonight?
All right, green flag is out, and we are underway for the 8th and final heat race. Timothy Smith in a 00 car is going to take a big lead into turn number 1 and 2.
Hey, let's contact. Wreck 2, 3, 4 drivers.
4 drivers involved, including your front row on the outside in the Cheetos machine, Zachary Metzner. Brandon Steele in the 56 car. He goes from 6th to 2nd, just like that. Timothy Smith out to a 2.5-second lead already.
Looks like it all started with 22 with Jason Nygaard. Just gets into contact with the other looking Cheetos machine. And from there, it just ended all bad. But right now, Timothy Smith in his own zip code over a 1.3-second lead over the 56 machine of Brandon Steele.
Timothy Smith with a huge race lead after that big chaotic crash on lap number 1. Sean Wallenfels Jr. started in the dead last position. He's up to 3rd. Actually, Garrett Nieberger is up to 3rd. Wallenfels Jr. is back to 4th. Looks like Wallenfels is missing a front wing. Timothy Smith, your race leader. Brandon Steele 6th to 2nd. Gotta love what he's seeing right now in his rearview mirror.
He does, but watch out for that 19 machine of Garrett Nieberger as he takes over that 3rd position. He's going to have 5 laps to go to try and reel in the 56 of Brandon Steele, but he's got a lot of ground to make up, over 2.5 seconds to make up to get that final transfer spot.
Brandon Steele is going to have to make a huge mistake for Garrett Nieberger, I think, to gain any kind of ground as we're coming around to 2 laps to go. Timothy Smith in the 00 coming around to take the 2 lap to go signal this time.
2 laps to go. Timothy Smith still at a over 2-second lead over the 56 of Brandon Steele, looking for some battles on this racetrack right here. Garrett Nieberger is not going to have enough time unless something drastic happens to that 56 machine. But, man, just some early contact in that ruined a bunch of drivers' races, and they're going to have to battle back in the DC and B main to try and get into that A.
Zachary Metzner, he started on the front row on the outside. He was involved in that crash as well. He moved back to the 6th place position. He's fought his way back up to 4th, but just not enough time to catch Timothy Smith as he come around to take the checkered flag here for heat race number 8. Brandon Steele in the 56 will take home tonight's 2nd and final transfer spot here in heat race number 8.
And it looked like we had some breaking news. Our own private investigator, Howard Weaver, was telling us something right before that heat started.
It appears to be Austin Simmelman may be getting an end-of-line penalty for tonight's A main event for synchronizing a restart. Austin Simmelman, it has not been confirmed yet. We will come back to you later on tonight with that breaking news. But we're in the D main, Davis. 13 drivers, 14 laps, top 4 transfer over to the C main.
So we've got a bunch of drivers. Look at that 22 at Jason Newgard. We know he's fast. He's going to have a lot of ground to make up here in the D main. He starts in the 5th position. Also Cole Newhoffen and that number 8 machine starting in the 6th position. A lot of fast drivers in this heat, and including our own Tommy Rowe.
Yeah, I'm going to try to pull off the miracle. Not really. I'm announcing, so we know Tommy Rowe is not driving, but a couple of drivers in here, bad luck in the heat races. Put them into D main. They'll try to run the alphabet, and I'll go ahead and read off the lineup here for the D main tonight. Starting on the front row in the 75 car will be John Hine. To his outside in the 461 will be Cody McKnight. Starting on the second row on the inside, the 97 car, the Wicked Cushion title sponsor. Number 97, that'll be Matthew Henninger, and to his outside in the 15 car will be Michael Sheridan. Starting on row number 3 on the inside, in the 22 car will be Jason Nygaard. And to his outside in the 8 car will be Cole Newhoffen. Starting in row number 4, in the number 5 car on the inside will be Eric Hoffen. To his outside in the 422 will be Mike Roxbury. Starting in row number 5 on the inside, the 98 car will be Ryan Strunk, and to his outside in the 69 will be Paul Before. Starting on the 6th row on the inside, in the 54 car will be Devin Johnson, and to his outside in the 58 will be Kevin Griffey. And bringing up the rear all by himself in the 07 car will be Corey Zatinsky. 14 laps on the board. Top 4 transfer over to tonight's C main event, where they'll compete to try to transfer over to tonight's B main event, where they'll once again compete to try to transfer over to tonight's A main event. So any drivers in here, they'll have a lot of racing to make up if they want to make tonight's Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout A main. $500 on the line, $1,600 in prize money throughout the field. Pace truck is in, and we're green flag racing here for tonight's D main.
And there's contact in the back of the field as they're 3 wide already as they're heading into turn 1. John Hinn in that 75 machine jumps out to the early race lead, and we've got battles all over the track.
Battles all over the racetrack. Cody McKnight in the 461 holding on to that 4th and final transfer spot as they're almost 4 wide for 4th right beside him.
Still battling side-by-side contact almost right there for that 2nd position. It's still a hornet's nest back there. It's anyone's game for that transfer spot. Contact on the bottom.
Cole Newhoffen almost lost it again. He was battling for that 4th and final transfer spot. He's going to lose about 3 or 4 spots after that initial contact as we got a contact between the 98 and the 97.
That was your 2nd and 3rd place driver. They're still wrecking all over the track.
Ryan Strunk upside down as we now have a 5-car battle for that 2nd place spot. Cole Newhoffen in the 8 car, he's up to 2nd now. Matthew Henninger in the 97, he's in 3rd. 54 car, Devin Johnson, he's up to 3rd. Now they're 3, 4, 5 wide for 2nd and 3rd.
Look at that 422 at Max Roxbury. Tries to make the move, and it's a making contact with the 3rd place driver, and he goes end over end.
422, Mike Roxbury upside down. 97 car, Matthew Henninger involved. I believe he's got a lot of damage. Cole Newhoffen up to 2nd. Devin Johnson 3rd. And Cody McKnight in the 461. He's back to that 4th and final transfer spot here in tonight's D main.
And so we need to tell these drivers to hold on to it because we're seeing contact all over the track. They still got a lot of racing to go up to lap number 7 of 14 as they're halfway there. But you're right, the number 461 and Cody McKnight holding on to that 4th place position. Paul Belfour and the 69 machine about half a second behind him.
Paul Belfour about just over a half second behind Cody McKnight. He's gaining on him just a little bit. Paul Belfour, he's got about 7 laps to go to try to transfer into tonight's C main event and catch the 461 of Cody McKnight. Meanwhile, the 75 car of John Hinn, he's checked out. But the 8 car of Cole Newhoffen, he's given chase. He's just under a second behind Hinn for that race lead now.
And Cole Newhoffen really loved what he's seen in front of him, was able to get past that wreck and jump all the way to that 2nd position, but now he's gunning for that leader, the 75 of John Hinn.
Newhoffen going to try to run the alphabet tonight. The 54 car, Devin Johnson, sitting third. Cody McKnight still fourth, and Paul Before on the outside looking in at the moment. Only other driver running on the racetrack right now is that 422 of Mike Roxbury. We started with 13 drivers. We're down to 6 as we're coming around to 6 laps to go this time.
And we've got a battle for the lead with the 8 machine of Cole Newhoffen. Tries to make it stick on the bottom. Can't quite get there. He's going to set him up again coming into turn 1 and 2.
Cole Newhoffen right there on John Hitt now for the race lead here in tonight's D-Main event. Newhoffen doesn't just want to transfer. He wants to get every spot imaginable because he's going to have to finish in the top 4 of the C-Main to try to get to the B-Main, to try to get to tonight's A-Main. And you know that's what Newhoffen wants to do, as he's challenging for the race lead on the inside.
He's going to pull a slide job on the 75. Can't make it stick as the 75 gets right beside him. Takes that low line. Well, he's still on the high line, but takes the low of Cole Newhoffen on the 8. And the Cole Newhoffen is going to try to set him up again as they cross the start and finish line. They're only going to have 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go for Cole Newhoffen as he puts another slide job on him, but here comes Hitt right back on him. Make a little contact right there with Newhoffen. Don't want to get doing that as they're going to come around to take the white flag one more time around the racetrack for John Hitt in the 75.
And I think Cole Newhoffen is just going to settle down right there. Well, I say that as he just pulls diamonds that corner, gets a lot of momentum, but he's going to have one more chance to go. I thought he would have settled down there after that close contact, but he's going to come away in the 2nd position with the winner of the D-Main, the 75 machine of John Hitt.
Paul Before, the 69 car, is going to try to dive it in. Can't quite make the pass stick, in the 4th and final transfer spot here tonight's D-Main will go to the 461 of Cody McKnight.
The rest of the drivers, including Paul Before, Mike Roxbury, Matthew Henninger, is Matthew Kevin Griffey, Jason Newgard, and Michael Sheridan, Ryan Strunk, Corey Zatinsky, thanks, Howard. As Howard corrected me, Jason Nygaard, as those drivers are going to head home on the trailer in the D-Main as the only top 4 advanced, but now we're getting ready for our C-Main.
D-Main getting set to grid up right now. 16 drivers competing for 4 spots here to transfer over to tonight's B-Main. And once again, 4 drivers transfer, 16 drivers, 16 laps. Go ahead and read off the grid for tonight's C-Main, starting on the front row on the inside. In the 16 car, in the bright orange Cheetos machine will be Zachary Metzner, and to his outside in the 43 car will be Nathan Davis. Starting on row number 2 on the inside in the 39 will be Josh Phillips, and to his outside in the 89 car will be Devin Frazier. Starting in row number 3 on the inside in the 888 machine will be Corey Wenzel. He's tonight's sponsor of the Hard Luck Award, and to his outside in the 10 car will be Kyle Miller. Starting on row number 4 on the inside in the 127 will be Stephen Hill, and to his outside in the 222 will be Eric Fargo. Starting on row number 5 on the inside in the 59 will be Sean Wallenfelds Jr., and to his outside in the 37 will be Tyler Chalk. Starting on row number 6 on the inside in the 156 will be Mike Mulder, and to his outside in the 45 will be Brad Nichols. Starting in row number 7 on the inside, tonight's D-Main winner in the 75 will be John Hine, and to his outside in the 8 car will be Cole Newhoffen. Starting in row number 8, tonight's C-Main event in the 54 car will be Devin Johnson, and starting shotgun on the field on row number 8 on the outside in the 461 will be Cody McKnight. Once again, 16 drivers, top 4 transfer over to tonight's B-Main, where they're going to try to get into tonight's $500 to win Knoxville Wicked Cushion Shootout here later on tonight.
$500. I could do a lot with $500, and so could these drivers out here, as they're going to put everything they have on the line. And this is just the C-Main. We have a lot of racing left here to go tonight.
Drivers getting in desperation mode right now. Only 4 drivers will move on to the B-Main. Rest will put it on the trailer. Get set to see a lot of action. Here's we're underway. Zachary Metzner off to a good lead. But here comes the 39 car of Josh Phillips on the inside for second.
Pretty clean restart right there. As I say that, we've got a battle for the 3rd position. Now we've got a battle for the 4th position. Almost 3 wide coming out of turn 4.
Almost 3 wide. Here comes Corey Wenzel in the 888 machine on the inside, trying to make it 4 wide. Wenzel's going to go to the 3rd place position over Josh Phillips. Can't quite make it stick. Phillips is going to come back on the outside as they're side by side for 3rd into turn number 3 and 4.
Now we've got a train up top, and it almost makes contact there in that 5th and 6th position right there, but there's a train up top, and it's brewing. They're riding that cushion. The track is slicked off, and some of these drivers are feeling the game right now as they try to harness in this track.
Corey Wenzel now side by side for second over the 43 car of Nathan Davis. Stephen Hill in the 127. He's looking for that fourth and final transfer spot, as well as the 89 of Devin Frazier. Josh Phillips in the 39 has it. Those two drivers want it. Who's going to get it?
I'm not sure right now, as we've got drivers everywhere. There's 3 wide in the back of the pack team, but now the focus is on that fourth and final transfer spot with the Josh Phillips. There's contact between the 127 and the 39 of Josh Phillips.
Contact between him, one driver upside down. Keep your eye on that orange and bright number 8 car. He's on the outside. He started in 14th. He's up to 6th or 7th right now. That's Cole Newhoffen, started 14th up to 6th. He's trying to run the alphabet. He's on the outside, looking for a way around Josh Phillips and the 89 of Devin Frazier. Phillips on the inside. He's going to try to slide back up into both of them side by side for 4th.
As Howard Weaver makes some weird noises in the background, the 8 of Cole Newhoff is going to try to get on that bottom. He's going to get in that final transfer spot, but the number 39 machine of Josh Phillips, I'm sorry, that's the 89 machine of Devin Frazier is going to fight back, and he's not going to let him have it that easy.
What a drive for Cole Newhoffen, 14th up to 5th. He's battling for that fourth and final transfer spot right now. Looks like he's going to clear the 89 of Devin Frazier this time. Cole Newhoffen from 14th moved 10 spots up to 4th. Looking to get tonight's B main as Nathan Davis in the 43 car. He's taken over the race lead. Zachary Metzner's fell back to 2nd, and here comes Corey Wenzel on the inside.
And Cole Newhoffen takes sole possession of that fourth and final transfer spot. He's trying to run the alphabet here tonight. There's a battle for 5th with the 89 of Devin Frazier and the 39 of Josh Phillips.
Pretty much single file 1 through 4 right now. These drivers trying to get over in tonight's B main event. Nathan Davis, your race leader. Zachary Metzner holding on to 2nd. Corey Wenzel 3rd. Cole Newhoffen 4th. Josh Phillips at the moment outside looking in. He's in the pits now.
And the 39 of Josh Phillips just went end over end in the corner, and his night is done.
Pump brake for Josh Phillips in the 39. That'll put the 89 car of Devin Frazier. He's on the outside looking in. He's the man on the bubble. So we got a battle for 2nd on the racetrack.
And we've got a 3-way battle for the 2nd position. Cole Newhoffen still using that high side, using every single bit of that cushion he can. He gets the run on the exit of the corner. As they cross the start-finish line, they're going to have 2 laps to go.
Cole Newhoffen on the outside of the racetrack. He started in 14th. He's trying to power his way around Zachary Metzner for the 2nd place spot. What an impressive drive from the number 8 car and Cole Newhoffen. Cole Newhoffen still side by side with Metzner. And Newhoffen might be challenging for the race lead here in just a moment. Nathan Davis in the 43 has it. Newhoffen on the outside. He's going to try to look for the race lead right here.
Cole Newhoffen, he's figured out something these drivers haven't, as he's on that high side, using every single bit of momentum he can, trying to get past the 43 of Nathan Davis. The 8 of Cole Newhoffen has come from all the way at the back of the pack, and now he's trying to make his move on that lead and come out the winner of the C-Main.
Cole Newhoffen's battling for the race lead. We got a battle brewing for that fourth and final transfer spot. Devin Frazier in the 89 is currently sitting in that fourth and final transfer spot, but he's got a big rearview mirror full of Sean Wallenfeld Jr. as well as the 156 of Mike Molners. We have 2 laps to go this time.
We've got a battle for the transfer spot, and we have a battle for the lead as they've taken the white flag. They're going to have one more chance as they head out of turn number 2 and on to turn number 3 and 4.
Cole Newhoffen side by side. He's going to slide into the race lead. Little contact there between him and Nathan Davis. And Cole Newhoffen will come around and win tonight's C-Main from the 14th place starting position. Devin Frazier actually will lose the fourth and final transfer spot. Sean Wallenfeld Jr. started 9th. He will take home tonight's fourth and final transfer spot in the C-Main.
Looks like there was a bit of unhappy tempers there for that fourth and final transfer spot, but we're going to see if we can get Cole Newhoffen, as he's really figured out something on that high side, as he's going to have to get in here in this B main. He's going to finish in the top 4 to make it to the A, but we're going to see if we can get him up in the booth here. Tommy, you want to have a word with him once I can figure out how to work this out?
All right, let's bring him up here right quick. The man on a mission. Cole Newhoffen started 14th up to the win in that C-Main. And to keep your eye out here. All right, driver on a mission. Cole Newhoffen in the 8 car. Congratulations in that C-Main. Looks like you found something there for him. You think you got what it takes to get in tonight's feature event?
I don't know. That was a bit of a workout. See what I can do here. Car's fast. Just got to weave around him.
Well, that was pretty impressive to watch for you right there, Cole, and just good luck to you in tonight's B main. We'll let you get back down there and concentrate on trying to make it in the show.
Thank you.
Once again, that's Cole Newhoff in the 8 car. Impressive drive there in the C main. Go ahead and read the lineup here for the B main. Starting on the front row on the inside, the 24 will be Ryan Martin. To his outside, and the 70 will be Chris Brenner. Starting in row number 2, in the 21 will be Zane Scott. To his outside, and the 82 will be Dylan Workman. Starting in row number 3 on the inside, and the 99 will be Dylan Fox. To his outside, and the 41 is Chase Cabray. Brody Willem and Garrett Eberge will be in row number 4. Row number 5 will be Stephen Califoda and Blake Cannon. Starting in row number 6, and the 05 will be Braden Nyler. To his outside, and the 35 is Nick Cooper. Starting in row number 7 on the inside, and the 6 car is Cody Olson. To his outside, and the 53 car is Bill Aarons. Starting in row number 8, and the number 7 car will be Shane Kelly. And to his outside, and the 8 car, that was the C main winner from the 14th place position, will be Cole Newhoff, and see if he can't do it once again. Starting in row number 9 on the inside, and the 43 car will be Nathan Davis. And to his outside, and the 16 car will be Zachary Metzner. Starting shotgun on the field here tonight's B main will be Sean Wallenfels Jr. Green flag is out. Ryan Martin out to a good jump. We are underway in tonight's B main event.
Ryan Martin gets the leaked advantage over the second place machine of Chris Brenner, but the 70 machine of Chris Brenner is spotting back. He's going to try to get the low side to gain that quick and early lead over the Ryan Martin, and he's going to clear him coming out of the corner.
Chris Brenner's going to slide up and take the race lead over Ryan Martin. Here comes Ryan Martin back on the inside. 21 car Zane Scott in 3rd. Dylan Fox holding on to that 4th and final transfer spot at the moment. Cole Newhoff started 16th. Keep your eye on him. Here's the C main winner. He's already up to 11, challenging for 10th and 9th.
Well, he's going to have a lot of work to do, and he's going to have to get past this Hornet's Nest. So this driver's wrecking in front of him all over the place. There's 3 wide in front of him. Cole Newhoff is out of the throttle, but it's not over yet. He almost has contact with on the bottom side, and he has a lot of work to do in a short time to get there.
Big battle right there in the middle of the racetrack. Top 3 have pretty much separated themselves. 41, Chase Cabray 5th. He's challenging for the 99. That's your 4th and final transfer spot. Dylan Fox has it. Chase Cabray in the 41 wants it. We'll keep your eye out right there at the moment.
And Cole Newhoff is having a hard time as he's trying to get past the 19 of Garrett Ebert. He actually made contact right there. You can see how he actually makes contact right there again. As he puts him in the wall, he had nowhere to go right there, and he's trying to do everything he can, trying to avoid the Hornet's Nest, but also trying to make as much speed as possible out of that machine.
Cole Newhoff in the 8 car getting a little aggressive, but sometimes that's what you have to do in these events. He's in 9th, he's looking for 8th, and he's got 7th and 6th just in front of him. Meanwhile, back up front, Chris Brenner still holding on to your race lead, just over a half second over Zane Scott. Ryan Martin in 3rd, so we got a big battle brewing for that 4th and final transfer spot. Dylan Fox and Chase Cabray is going to get around Ryan Martin in the 24s. He's having a little trouble in the wall.
He is. He jumped that cushion and finally able to get that machine out of that wall and get the momentum back going. But Cole Newhoff still trying to make that high side work. I'm looking at the 4th transfer spot of that 41 of Chase Cabray.
Chase Cabray holding on to that spot at the moment. Dylan Fox just got around him on the outside. Martin in the 24, he's kind of straightened himself back out. He gets in the wall just a little bit again, but here comes the 35 of Nick Cooper on the inside.
It looks like Ryan Martin's in the wall again, just cannot get that thing under control and get that momentum, but that's going to open up the door for Cole Newhoff as he's all the way up to the 5th position.
Cole Newhoff actually up to 6th at the moment. He's got a big battle on the racetrack right now with Braden Nyler for that 6th place spot. Nick Cooper actually sitting in 5th. He's challenging Chase Cabray for the 4th and final transfer spot.
Cole Newhoff being very aggressive right there, but going to go back to that 4th and final transfer spot with the 41 of Chase Cabray and the 35 of Nick Cooper.
Cole Newhoff sitting 2 spots out from making to tonight's main event for running the alphabet. Keep your eye on him as we got a 4-car battle for that 4th and final transfer spot. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th all right there together. If one slips up, another one may just pass.
It is, but how much damage that 8 machine of Cole Newhoff How much damage does he have on that machine? Is still got the 41 of Chase Cabray, still holding on to that fourth and final transfer spot, up about 0.5 of a second over the 35 of Nick Cooper.
Couple of drivers got upside down into the wall right behind them, but the battle is on for that fourth and final transfer spot. Nick Cooper on the inside, Chase Cabray on the outside. Cooper just not enough track down there to make the pass fit, as Cabray's going to go on the inside of Dylan Fox for third.
Good. It looks like Cole Newhoffen is caught the number 35 machine of Nick Cooper. He's got to get around him, and he's got to get around him quick as we're coming to the end of this race, and he hits the wall.
Cole Newhoffen getting a little too aggressive right there, just running out of laps. It gets into the wall just a little bit, still struggling with the wall. As Dylan Fox in the 99, he's in the wall. Chase Cabray's going to get around him, and here comes Nick Cooper on the inside around Dylan Fox for that fourth and final transfer spot.
And this race isn't over, as there's a lot of ground to make up between these drivers. Anything can happen, as they're still battling back and forth for that fourth and final transfer spot.
Dylan Fox has it. Nick Cooper sitting on the inside trying to make the pass. Meanwhile, Cole Newhoffen still in the picture. These two cars battling very hard as they're going to come around to 2 laps to go this time.
Might be too little too late for that 8 machine of Cole Newhoffen. Too much damage trying to make it up there to the front. He needs something big to happen. He needs something big to happen now as the 35 and 99 goes side by side. The 35 pulls the slide job, gets on the high side, gets on the slick, pulls the momentum down into the corner.
Nick Cooper is going to white flag in the air one more time around the racetrack. Cooper slides up into that fourth and final transfer spot. Dylan Fox sitting back in fifth. He's going to have one more shot to try to get around Nick Cooper to make tonight's main event. He's not going to do it. Nick Cooper is going to hang on for that fourth and final transfer spot and make tonight's main event.
Unfortunately, they don't make participation trophies, but if they did, if there's anyone that needed one, it was that number 8 machine of Cole Newhoffen. Drove a heck of a race, came from the 16th position, started in the D main, made us all the way up to the 6th spot in the 4th main, but it's too little too late. It's Chris Brenner, Zane Scott, Chase Cabray, and the 35 of Nick Cooper are all going to transfer to the A main, and the rest are going to load them up on the trailer and head home.
Big shout out to Cole Newhoffen in the 8 car. Very impressive drive. He probably passed about 35 cars tonight. Unfortunately, he needed to pass about 37 cars as he comes up 6th and needed to come home 4th.
Then I think we're gonna transfer servers, or they're gonna go straight to the dash.
I believe we're getting ready to run tonight's Dash for Cash. Tonight's Dash for Cash, the Down Under Dash for Cash. No, it's not Down Under Dash for Cash. Who's sponsored? Black Diamond Motorsports. Dash for Cash here in just a moment. 8 drivers will be set to take the grid. It'll be all your heat race winners. They'll go, I believe it's 8 laps for $25. That'll determine tonight's starting order for your heat race winners.
Looks like the Black Motorsports Dash for Cash, $25 to win the Dash for Cash. Who's going to win it as they're getting lined up here, getting set up to run this race? It's going to be exciting here tonight. And man, we still got the A main to run, Tommy.
Still got the A main to run. We got just a bunch of heavy hitters here for tonight's Black Diamond Motorsports Dash for Cash. Drivers out there on the racetrack right now include the number 9 of Tim Ryan. Right beside him in the 3 cars, Lewis Hewitt. Next driver I see in the 17 car, that looks like it'll be AJ Nebben. Well, as Blake Derflinger in the 34, Dylan Hauser in the 2 car, Timothy Smith back there in the 00, Wicked Cushion Machine. Well, as James Edens. Missing one more driver for tonight's Dash for Cash. It may be the 18 car of Austin Semmelman. Looking for him out there on the racetrack as well. We still have not gotten confirmation if Austin Semmelman will receive an EOL penalty for tonight's feature event.
I'm going to try to pull up the 8 machine of Cole Newhoffen and get a word with him. Hey Cole, this is Davis up here in the VLR broadcast booth. Man, awesome run you had there tonight. We were rooting for you out there. Started in the D main, then started in the 16th position in the B main. And what was going through your mind right there to not only keep the car clean, but keep the speed up to go and try and get that A main?
I just had to stay focused and not mess up. God, so close yet so far. Oh, that would have been amazing, but oh well, I'll get it next time.
It had definitely been a show right there, but hey, nothing to hang your hat on either, as she still gave us all something to watch and something to root for. We thought you were going to do it up there, but man, there was carnage in front of you, carnage beside you, and carnage below you, but we'll be rooting for you next time out there in our next VLR event.
Thank you.
All right, that was Cole Newhoffen, driver of the number 8 machine. Started in the D main, made his way up to the B main, passed a lot of cars. Unfortunately, 2 cars short of transferring over to tonight's feature event. But Davis, we're here in the Dash for Cash, Black Diamond Motorsports Dash for Cash. What do you expect to see right here? A lot of heavy hitters.
I'm trying to pull Cole back into his room. There we go. I think I pulled him in the right one. We've got a lot of heavy hitters here tonight. And, man, this is going to be an exciting race right here. The winners from their respected heats going to put it all on the line for that first starting position in that A main.
All right, we're going to have Tim Ryan, Austin Selman on the front row, set to lead him to the green. I believe they're going to go green this time out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. We are underway. Tim Ryan jumps out to the race lead here in tonight's Dash for Cash.
Followed by the number 18 machine of Austin Silverman. Then we got the number 3 car of Lewis Hewitt. Look at the number, I believe that's the 52 of James Eden. Gets on that high side, gets past the 3rd position of Lewis Hewitt. Now he's going to put his sights on the 18 of Austin Silverman. Gets right to his back rear tire. Can't quite make it work. He's going to try to set him up coming into turn 1 and 2.
Tim Ryan holding on to the race lead right now. Austin Silverman into the wall and around. James Eden's in the 52 car. He's going to take over second, but Austin Silverman in the 18 car, he jumps the cushion, gets into the wall, and James Eden's is into the wall.
We're watching a replay of this wreck right here with the number 18 of Austin Silverman and see exactly what happened. It just looks like, I'm watching it right here, it just looks like he jumps the cushion, just gets in the wall, and it just turns around on him.
Tough break for Austin Semmelman as Tim Ryan out to a big lead here in tonight's Dash for Cash. Lewis Hewitt in the 3 car. He's going to move up to second. AJ Neben's in 3rd. Blake Durflinger, he was in 4th, but he's up into the wall upside down. Edens is back up to 4th.
Blake is going to have a tough presidential run right there with that flip as he's back to the 7th position, but we still got Tim Ryan out in the lead, followed by the 18 of Austin Simmelman. And I'm sorry, it's all backwards here because our scoring pylon is a little messed up, but we've got Tim Ryan in the lead and Lewis Hewitt sitting in 2nd.
Lewis Hewitt sitting 2nd, AJ Neben 3rd, James Edens is 4th. Tim Ryan, if he can hold on, looks like he's going to take tonight's Black Diamond Motorsports Dash for Cash, as well as tonight's pole award. Not sure how many laps the Dash for Cash is, but Tim Ryan looks like he's got a big old lead, and he's not going to relinquish it anytime soon unless he clips the wall. Lewis Hewitt sitting 2nd, Edens back up to 3rd, and AJ Neben sitting in that 4th place spot.
And James Eden pulled the slide job on the 17 of AJ Neben as they're still battling it out right here. Tim Ryan has a heck of a lead coming out of turn 3 and 4.
Got a heck of a battle back here for 5th between a couple of wingless cars. Dylan Hauser, Timothy Smith, looks like they're both missing the front wing on their race car. Big, great side-by-side battle back here. Doesn't mean much in the Dash for Cash, just a bunch of fun to watch. Lewis Hewitt can't quite close the gap as Tim Ryan still holding on to the race lead.
And it looks like Tim Ryan still going over that lead over the number 3 of Lewis Hewitt, and that's going to end it. Tim Ryan is going to win, followed by the in the 2nd position, the number 3 machine of Lewis Hewitt is going to finish in the Dash for Cash 2nd place.
All right, your Black Diamond Motorsports Dash for Cash winner in the night, the number 9 car, driver from Australia, it'll be Tim Ryan. If we're going to see if we can't bring the Dash for Cash drivers, one in 1st and 2nd up. If we can't get a word with these guys right quick.
Trying to look for him up here to see if I can find him. I'm not sure if he's in the team speak.
I see Tim Ryan. All right, Tim Ryan, your Black Diamond Motorsports Dash for Cash winner. This is Tommy in the booth. You got a copy, man.
See if I can make some magic happen real quick.
Alright, sorry about that, boys. How you doing?
All right, Tim Ryan in the booth. This Tommy, you got a copy, man.
I sure do now.
All right, well, congratulations on the Black Diamond Motorsports Dash for Cash victory. Got a great starting place for tonight's feature event. How's the track and how's the car? How do you like your chances?
Yeah, it'll be a tough race. The track's really slick at the moment, and I'm sure with people practicing right now, it's going to get even more treacherous. Yeah, we'll just have to take it as it comes. I'm sure the top will be good for certain periods of the race, and the bottom will be good at other periods of the race.
All right, well, Tim, I've got one more offer for you. Down Under Graphics has put up $50 guaranteed for you for tonight's feature event. If you will start from the dead last position and try to win tonight's feature event, and if you win, they'll sponsor another $100 along with $500. So you can walk out of here tonight with essentially $650.
I'd like to thank Joel Berkeley for the offer, but just with the level of competition and how chaotic the race is, I think I'll start from the pole position.
All right, Tim Ryan electing to start on his front row position for the Down Under Graphics Front Row Challenge. All right, Lewis Hewitt scheduled to start second tonight. If Tim Ryan was to refuse, would you like to start dead last for $50 guaranteed with an extra $100 on the line if you could win tonight's feature event?
I would love to, but I just can't do it, sorry. It's a great field out here tonight, and coming from the back, it's going to be too hard for me, I think. Thanks to Down Under Graphics, though, for sponsoring it.
All right, Tim Ryan and Lewis Hewitt both turning down the offer from Down Under Graphics. We want to thank them anyways for putting up that option and award for Front Row Challenge.
That's true. He's a little doing it tough at the moment, so he needs to save a bit.
Well, Lewis Hewitt, Tim Ryan, we will wish you guys the best of luck here in tonight's Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout feature event. Congratulations on making it this far, and best of luck to you later on tonight.
Thank you very much.
That was Tim Ryan electing to start on the pole, and then Lewis Hewitt also turning down the offer. Man, $50 and then another $100 if you win. I don't know. I know y'all can't hear Howard, but I think Howard would have been all over that award right there. Well, he said he loves starting in the back, but he's tired of tearing up race cars and tired of tearing up other people's race cars, that he wouldn't have done it either, and his sponsors are getting pretty pissed off at him. But hey, nonetheless, can't blame the guys right there. It's very hard to make up track positions with these sprint cars. We've seen Cole Newhoffen, seen him come all the way to the back trying to make the A main, but missed it just by that much, 2 positions in fact. But hey, we're getting warmed up here. The drivers are making some final adjustments to their setups, and we're going to get ready to go here for this A main event. That's $500 to win. I'm pumped up for this A main. How about you, Tommy?
Very pumped up indeed. Davis, 40 laps will be on the board. Not sure if caution laps will count throughout the race. I believe Howard says they will not count 40 laps of caution-free racing. Here tonight, $1,600 in cash and prizes throughout the field. Winner will take home $500 cash, as well as a prize from the Kenny Wallace Dirt Racing Experience. The winner will get a ride, courtesy of Kenny Wallace Dirt Racing Experience. We want to thank our other sponsors as well here tonight. Most importantly, Wicked Cushion, our title sponsor for tonight's event. Wicked Cushion will be sponsoring Darren Pittman's car this year in the Knoxville Nationals. Also want to give a big shout out to 22 Below. Incredible American-made insulated koozies for the racetrack. 22 Belows come on to be a great sponsor here at Team VLR. Also want to thank Black Diamond Motorsports, sponsor for tonight's Dash for Cash. Down Under Graphics, our hard charger and best painter sponsor here. Also want to thank Corey Wetzel for tonight's Hard Luck Award, as well as each and every one of you, the fans. Also want to give a big shout out to Santan Ford, car dealership in Gilbert, Arizona, focused on great service and treating customers with respect. Big shout out to Santan Ford in Gilbert, Arizona. Thanks for coming on board and being a sponsor for this year's Team VLR Wicked Cushion Shootout. Also want to thank you, the fans out there watching here live on Team VLR Facebook and around the world. Thank you to all our sharers, and like and share our page. If you haven't liked us already, give us a like on Team VLR. Facebook page. Give a like to our broadcast. Share it around the world.
You also want to give a shout out to Jeff at iRacing iFlag. Be sure and check them out for all your iFlag needs. Get your own custom made iFlag. Just check him out on Facebook and on his website. But hey, I think we're getting ready for this A main as these drivers are starting to grid up. And man, this is going to be a thriller out here tonight at Knoxville.
20 of the best 360 sprint car drivers on the iRacing circuit get set to go 40 laps of feature racing here at the Knoxville Raceway. We'll go ahead and read off the starting grid for tonight's feature event. Starting on the front row in the number 9 car will be Tim Ryan. To his outside in the 18 car will be Austin Silverman. Starting on the second row on the inside and... Oh, my bad. We had a dash, so the lineup is not correct, but this is how they're gridding up. Starting on the second row on the inside in the 3 car will be Lewis Hewitt, and to his outside in the 52 will be James Edens. Gridding up in row number 3 in the 17 car will be AJ Nevin, and to his outside in the 2 cars Dylan Hauser. Gridding up in row number 4 in the 34 car will be Blake Durflinger, to his outside in the 00 will be Timothy Smith. Now the top 8 drivers will start a little bit differently from how they finished in the Dash for Cash. Row number 3 in the 17 car will be AJ Nevin. Start at row number 5 on the inside in car number 14, and to his outside in the car number 40 will be Randall Carter. Starting at row number 6 on the inside in the 57 car will be Anthony Lepresto, and to his outside in the 421 will be Britton Roxbury. Starting in row number 7 in the 74 car will be Adam Elby, and to his outside in the 13 will be Austin Carr. Starting on row number 8 on the inside in the 15 will be Justin Thomas, and to his outside in the 56 will be Brandon Steele. Starting in row number 9 on the inside in the 70 car, driver won the B main just moments ago will be Chris Brenner. To his outside in the 21 car will be Zane Scott. Starting in the 10th and final row on the inside in the 41 car, it'll be Chase Cabrera, and to his outside the 35 car will be Nick Cooper. 20 drivers getting set to go 40 laps of feature racing here in the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout. $500 on the line. Tonight's winner, and Brian leads them out to a big lead.
Looks like we've got a caution in the back. I'm not sure if that was the initial start
Yellow
right there.
on the racetrack, initial start. I was confused about how we were starting. Tim Ryan jumps out to a big lead. Austin Simmelman in the pits already.
Oh, bad break there for the 34 Blake Durflinger. Not going to be making any presidential runs here soon as he's heading into the pit road. Austin Simmelman, he's taking it behind the wall. It looks like Sean Wallenfeldt Jr. is taking it behind the wall. A bunch of drivers right there with heavy contact, and their night comes to an end early.
Heavy damage, not the way you want to get started with the Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout, but we'll rack them and stack them and try to get one more time. Tim Ryan, your race leader. Lewis Hewitt second, AJ Nevin third, Timothy Smith fourth, Dylan Hauser currently sitting in the 5th spot, and that's how your top 5 will sit at the moment. I believe we had 0 laps complete. We'll go back to a complete restart, maybe?
Simmelman would have been one of the favorites, but he's out early, so that's going to be one less for Tim Ryan to try to get around and try to pass to get that $500 victory. As Howard Weaver's making comments in the background, and he's running my professionalism, but hey, nonetheless, we're out here tonight with that 9 of Tim Ryan in the lead, followed by the 3 of Lewis Hewitt, the 17 of AJ Niven, the 00 of Timothy Smith, and Dylan Hauser in the top 5 as they're getting lined up side by side. Gonna give this restart one more go here tonight as they're double file going down the backstretch. That pace car will take that hard left turn, and we'll be back under green.
Getting set to go 40 laps of feature racing here at the Knoxville Raceway. Wicked Cushion Knoxville Shootout. Pace truck getting set to pull that hard left-hand turn into the pits. Green flag is back out, and we are underway. Tim Ryan, the Aussie, leads them back to the green.
2 Aussies on the front row as Lewis Hewitt tries to get the jump and can't quite make it. The number 17 machine of AJ Niven gets on the low side, tries to take advantage, and there's a wreck in the back.
Another wreck on the racetrack. Not sure who it's on as we stay green. Looks like the Randall Carter got turned around. He keeps it going. Green flag still out on the racetrack. Tim Ryan, your race leader. Lewis Hewitt second. Look at David Heilman on the outside as he's up to fourth.
The Holomaniacs are going wild right now as he rides that outside line. You're utilizing every single bit of that cushion he can. He clears them as he's going to set his sights on the third place of the 17 of A.J. Neben.
David Heilman's in the fourth place position. Your Jason Johnson Memorial Feature winner just a couple of weeks ago here at Team VLR. But back out in front, Tim Ryan has got just over a half-second lead over Lewis Hewitt in the 3-car as their single file 1 through 4 closest battle on the racetrack right now is between Anthony Littlepresto and Timothy Smith for 5th.
And Tim Ryan is out to an over 6-10 leading image right now, but you're right, we've got a crazy battle for that 5th spot as you see him go high up on the racetrack. Look at that high side's really making its way as he's able to utilize that momentum. The track's really slipping it off. We've got drivers on the bottom, drivers on the high side. Which line is going to work? We're going to find out here as we get to the lap number 10 of 40 in tonight's feature race.
Austin Carr started 14th. He's up to 6th. Right behind the 00 of Timothy Smith, who currently sits in the top 5. Tim Ryan still your race leader, followed by Lewis Hewitt. Here comes David Heilman on the outside. He's up to 3rd.
David Heilman is the fastest car on the track, running a 17.813. He's got the car to beat. The Holomaniacs are still on their feet as he's going to set his sights on the number 3 of Lewis Hewitt. We still have an Australian front row with the 9 of Tim Ryan and the 3 of Lewis Hewitt. We're 1 and 2.
First and second on the Aussies, followed by David Heilman in 3rd. He started 9th. He's moved up 6 spots to 3rd. A.J. Nevin up to 4th, and Timothy Smith at 5th. Austin Carr still holding on to that 6th spot. He started in the 14th position. Also, look at Zane Scott. He was in a B main. He's up to 8th as we got a big wad of cars right there, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
We do as they're still battling side by side. The drivers have calmed down just a bit. They're single file right now, feeling the track out, feeling which line is the best, seeing where the momentum's going to take them. It's going to heat up here soon shortly as the laps are already flying by as we're already on lap number 13.
Tim Ryan still with just over a 7/10 of a second lead and stretching it over Lewis Hewitt. David Heilman settled into 3rd. He's still running that outside, very top of the racetrack, trying to close the gap, but he just can't seem to make any ground at the moment. Tim Ryan still very fast running around the bottom of the racetrack.
He is. He's using that low line, and he's making it work too as we're 15 laps down already in tonight's feature event. And looking in that 3rd place, David Heilman, that 14, tries to utilize the high line right there. Going to go to the middle of the track and turn 1 and 2, just trying to find something to work, just trying to find the best line and see what he can do. He just ran an 18.105, and Tim Ryan and Lewis Hewitt are almost mirror matching each other's times with a 17.85 and 17.86.
Closest battle on the racetrack right now, so for that 4th place position, Timothy Smith in the 00 car. He's caught the 17 of A.J. Nevin. Also Austin Carr right behind Smith. 3-car battle for 4th right now as these guys are closing the gap on David Heilman pretty quickly.
And that 4th place position pays $90. So there's a bit of a difference there between 4th and 2nd. A 2nd pays $250 and 3rd pays $100. But these drivers, they don't care. They want to get to that 1st spot. They want to take that $500 check home with them tonight. Still got the battle for 4th place. A.J. Neben ahead of Timothy Smith, followed by Austin Carr and James Eden. This is a battle in tooth and nail coming down to lap number 8:19.
Lewis Hewitt in the 3-car, he's closed the gap over 0.2 of a second here the past couple of laps. He's knocked it down to just under a half-second race lead for the 9-car of Tim Ryan. David Heilman just 2 seconds back in 3rd. And big battle right behind them, 3-car battle for 4th. But Lewis Hewitt still on the trail, looking for Tim Ryan in the number 9.
And Heilman and Austin Carr are the fastest cars on track right now. Heilman running at 17.819, Austin Carr running at 17.899. So they've definitely got the speed, but can they get the momentum? Can they make those lines work for them? Is it too little too late? Is they're about 3 seconds behind the leader?
Lewis Hewitt has closed the gap just under 0.4 of a second in closing. He's right there on the back bumper of Tim Ryan for the race lead. Just a couple of more laps and Lewis Hewitt is going to be challenging on the inside for the race lead. Hewitt is right there on the bumper of Tim Ryan.
And Dylan Wilson brings up a good point. We're going to answer an age-old question here tonight. Are Australians good in sprint cars? But right now they're showing it. Tim Ryan in the lead, followed by Lewis Hewitt. Lewis Hewitt goes to the high side. He's setting him up for that pass. When's he going to make it? Is he going to bide his time behind him? Wait for him to make a mistake, or is he going to pounce on him?
David Heilman, as these two are battling for the race lead, is closing the gap rather quickly. Just under a second and a half now is the lead. It was just over 2 seconds just a moment ago. But Lewis Hewitt still right there on the back bumper of Tim Ryan. And David Heilman is closing the gap quickly. Hewitt on the outside.
15 laps to go here tonight. It's Lewis Hewitt right on the back edge of Tim Ryan. But hey, don't look yet. David Heilman, that 14 machine, he's caught up the difference too. He's a second behind him. Heilman was 0.2 faster that lap.
Heilman closing the gap. He's under a second. Now we're about to have a 3-car battle for the race lead as we're coming up to 10 laps to go here in just a few moments. Tim Ryan still holding on to the race lead. He's led from flag to flag as they're coming up on lap traffic.
And we're going to go on board right now with the number 14 machine of David Heilman as he tries to run down the number 3 of Lewis Hewitt as he's gotten right to the edge of him, 4/10 behind him as he just ran a 17.783. That's the fastest lap of the race by almost 2/10 as he's gunning down trying to get Lewis Hewitt. Lewis Hewitt's going to need to make his move on the 9 of Tim Ryan fast. If not, he's going to have to play defense with the 14 of Heilman.
Was Tim Ryan playing a little cat and mouse right there because he's pulled out away just over a half second again. Lewis Hewitt getting a big challenge from David Heilman right now. Tim Ryan almost running away with the race lead as the closing laps, we're in the closing stages of this race, and Tim Ryan's pulling back away from Lewis Hewitt in the 3-car.
And it looks like Howard Weaver is having some technical difficulties in the booth, but we're going to do some radio broadcast right here, play-by-play analysis as Tim Ryan is still utilizing that high side. You seeing right now, well, you can't see actually right now, but David Heilman goes for the pass on Lewis Hewitt as they're getting by lap traffic right now. The number 3 of the number
Tim Ryan, your race leader, Lewis Hewitt second. David Heilman on the outside. He's trying to work around Lewis Hewitt for that second place spot. Coming up on the closing laps here. Heilman right there on the back bumper of Lewis Hewitt as they're just almost Tim Ryan's has stretched his lead to just over a second as these drivers battle for second. Here comes David Heilman on the outside.
And you're not going to miss a moment with the play-by-play of me and Tommy Rowe as David Heilman still trying to utilize that high side. The 3 of David Heilman, or I'm sorry, Lewis Hewitt goes for the block on David Heilman. David Heilman goes low. They make contact. It's their neck and neck coming out of the corner. It's still anyone's ball game right now, and we have a caution out.
Drag race for the second place spot. Davis, business is about to pick up. Not sure what the caution was on just at the moment, but we're in the closing laps. Howard Weaver having a little technical difficulty there with the race stream. Our cameraman, a VLR, is having a little trouble with the race stream. Very inexperienced at his job.
Looks like we've got a bit of a red flag delay as Howard Weaver tries to get his stuff together. But yeah, right now they're going to extend the caution as long as possible. When they go back green, they're going to have 6 laps remaining. You're not going to miss a moment of the action, so stay tuned. We're going to get things worked out, bring the production feed back to you live. But until then, we're going to set them under caution, and we're going to sit here and
recount the running grid for you as they run right now. Somewhat driver sitting on the point right now in the 9 car. Tim Ryan, Lewis Hewitt second. David Heilman in the 14. He sits third. Timothy Smith in fourth. Austin Carr in the 13. He's currently sitting in the top 5. AJ Nevin, James Eden, Zane Scott, Angela Presto, and Nick Cooper started in dead last. He's up to 10th. Britton Roxbury, Dylan Hauser, Chase Cabray, Brandon Steele, Randall Carter, and Adam Elby. Those are your 16 drivers still remaining on the lead lap as we'll go back to green flag racing here in just a little bit. Having a couple of technical difficulties. We're under the red flag conditions at the moment. If we can't get a couple of drivers up here and interview them right quick.
It's just so y'all know, this is just a little bit of technical difficulties going on with our fine production team here, getting them all straightened and out right here. As we're going to do an interview.
All right, we got David Heilman up here. David Heilman. Heilmaniacs watching you on the racetrack right now. Started in 9th, battling with Lewis Hewitt for 2nd. You got anything for Tim Ryan up there for the race lead?
Yeah, I don't know if he saw me in his mirror, I'm in his head or what, but I saw those guys there running the bottom, wasn't really catching them at all, so my goal was to just try to run the top a little bit, burn a little bit fuel, so then they started battling. Ryan was making a little mistake, so he moved up, but we caught right back up to him, so we're just hoping we get this thing green and rolling and
well, we're under a little red flag condition right now.
Yeah.
Our cameraman having a couple of technical difficulties.
Oh, the cameraman! Oh, so it is Howard. I knew it. I knew it.
Hopefully you guys have enough fuel in the race car to run these pace laps so we get set to go back to green flag racing. We're going to have, I believe, 8 laps to go. David Heilman, you're sitting in the 3rd place spot. Anything you can do to make a move on these two guys?
Did we just restart the interview? Yeah, I'm trying.
No, we didn't do that. Yeah, I'm just asking the same question, different way.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Called an interview, David.
We lost all our rhythm, and now we're probably gonna go backwards.
Well, I mean, this is probably the most perfect VLR thing you can ever imagine. I know it's at least the most perfect Howard Weaver thing. I couldn't imagine this going any more like it is tonight. But hey, we just got some news. Is Dirt Racing is giving $100 to the person that comes in the 5th place position. So with that in mind, David, do you settle back there and hover in that 5th place position, or do you go out there and try to get the big 500?
Hey man, I'm recording. I can just flip my live stream on, and everybody could go check out my YouTube channel at